Hello, this is AINtv. I'm Charles Alcock. With me here is Lutz Bertling, who's CEO of Eurocopter. Lutz, thank you for joining us. You appear to be breathing new life into really established helicopters like this AS350. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what you're trying to give your customers with this?
I mean, that's what we're doing all the time, enhancing mission capability for our customers. This is why we call them E. It's evolution, it's as well enhanced performance. And we are not doing it only with the B3E, which is right behind me. This year we will show not only this one, we will show the 135 in the E version as well, the N3, the Dauphin in the E version. And it's always the same, it's lower cost with higher performance. So new engines, improvement on the tail rotor, new interior by the way, more performance, more capability for the mission for the customer.
Excellent, thank you. And looking further into the future, you've got some really exciting plans, I should say, with the new X-Cubed model. Just how far advanced is that plan? How is that development going?
Actually, we started this development early 2008. We had the first flight September 10, which was perfectly on schedule. We wanted to reach 180 knots by year end as the first phase of this program. We reached it in November. The helicopter is now in a layup and in a deep safety inspection because we have flown so fast. We reached 12,500 feet altitude. We reached 60 degrees bank angles. The 180 knots were surpassed. And now we will fly again in the first half of 2011 with the clear objective to reach 220 knots. Actually, this is not a competition about high speed. It's a competition about high productivity. With this concept, we intend to increase the performance by 50%, which means payload times nautical miles per flight hour, 50% up, while we want to keep the life cycle cost per flight hour less than 25% up. So more productivity for the customer.
So at face value, that's a really significant leap forward in terms of what you offer. But I don't think it stops there for you. I have the impression there's something, even beyond X-Cubed in your plans, something called X4. How well defined is that, and when do you think you're going to advance on those plans?
Now, on the X4, we are behind the feasibility study. We are now in pre-development. The full launch of the development program will happen the first half of 2011. It will be the successor of our Dauphin N3 and the EC-155. And it will be a game changer. It will be a totally different way to fly a helicopter. You will not discover a cockpit like you know today. You will see something completely different than what we have as usual helicopters and state-of-the-art helicopters today.
Excellent. And as we gather here with the wider helicopter community in Orlando, I have to ask, how do market conditions seem to you? I know it's a very diverse market, but how optimistic are you?
It is diverse, this is true, and diverse in terms of missions, but as well in terms of regions. Asia, there's no crisis anymore. It's booming, but it's coming from a relatively low level in helicopters. Other markets have not really seen the recovery now. The US is one, which is still a bit slow. We expect in 2011 to see more flight activity. Actually, we experience it already now. We see a high level of offer activity. So 2011 will see a first sign of recovery, but still there are lots of used helicopters on the market. So I expect the real recovery in the civil market to come in 2012. Military markets ongoing. There are some budget pressures in some regions of the world. There are additional budgets in other regions of the world. So no big change. In terms of helicopters, more demand for the larger part of the range and a bit less demand for the smaller part of the range. And I believe this is more or less the same for all OEMs.
Excellent. Well, that's a very clear perspective, Lutz. Thank you very much indeed. As you can see, as ever, there's always plenty on Eurocopter's agenda. There's plenty to look at here at their booth, much to catch the eye. I must say, thank you very much for watching AINtv. I'm Charles Alcock.